G'day, welcome back to Fading Margins. Well, I've just arrived home after work, going to grab a bite to eat and throw the bags in the car, and we're off to the overnight ferry for a week's break in France in the middle of winter. Well, I know it's the middle of winter now, it's, end of February. Anyway, never been to France except in the summer, so this will be interesting. I've packed the usual sort of gear you'd expect from me, and I'm hoping this introduction will form part of a larger video of bits and pieces that I managed to shoot while I'm away. Hopefully it'll be coherent as well. This is just by way of introduction. So I will catch you boys and girls later on. Take care. Okay, I thought you'd like a quick look at what a trog house looks like, or a gîte troglodytique cave house. Basically, in this area of France, they've been doing this for many years. This one is renovated. What they do is some of them are more like caves, some of them are sort of cut into the bank and then they face over them. As you can see, this fabulous sandstone arches, and these are original features, or near original features. And then fireplace. This is a lot of work done to it. Nevertheless, as you can see up there, it goes from hewn stone to bare rock. And you actually see there, if you look up here, you can see the markings where they've been cutting away. And these are used for wine cellars and other things, as well as houses. You come in through here now, you can start to see along here sort of partitions. And then this one, I think, was open to the air, because if you look at the roof, there's a finished roof, and it's also cooler in here than it is in the rest of the building because the floor is heated, so it gets very warm next door, but in here it's cooler. But again, you know, large slabs of stone and then worked up into sort of cement work. But this is the interesting one. I think this is original. If not, it's a very good take on it. What you've got is a fireplace. I've got my bags and books and bits and pieces stacked. But back here, I'm behind this ledge. I better stay back because you won't be able to see. But in the back, in there, is a bread oven. And she's a big old beast of a bread oven. There's a sort of a small mansion house next door, bit of a chateau. So perhaps this was, and you see up here the ironwork for hanging things over the fire. So perhaps this was where they used to bake the bread, do a little baking for the house, for the big house. But yeah, this is what it's like. They vary in size. Hope they can see an original window. This little hole sort of tunneled out. It's a bit like a loophole in a castle. If you ever go to the caves, the wine, the vineyards, you'll find that these, when they use these, they have a very distinctive smell. It's a slightly, you have cheeses in them as well. It's a sort of cheesy smell. It's not offensive. Here you can see where they've cut for joist posts. And there, I think they've repaired the stone coming up, and then this bit looks as if it needed some work, so they've put in a piece of arch, and of course it just keeps going on and on. Well, it doesn't go on and on, it goes into there and then back into the bathroom at the back. Right, so this is our dwelling. It's very nice, very cozy. I thought you'd Right, so there we are, back again. All full of little nooks and crannies. I've got some firewood. Well, they've left me some wood. It's not exactly prepared, so we're going to have to do some work on that. But we'll build a fire in here. And what's going on here is they've built the fireplace, and then they found that it doesn't draw well with fire on the ground, so they've lifted the fire up, and it's still not quite right. So they've hung this board in place to help it draw. You won't see anything up there. You might. It's seen some work in some days. Right, I'll bring you back later. Bonjour mes amis. Well, here we are, back on the road, heading for Normandy. We've stopped at a little place to get some bread and perhaps a petit café. It's cold, it's cool, but it's clouded over for the first time in 5 or 6 days. For the last 5 or 6 days we've enjoyed glorious clear weather, really lovely, and cold, but warm sun, and now it's like nature is reminding me that I have to reacclimatise back to cloud and fog and rain, I guess. Well, we'll see. Anyway, it'll all be great. We've had a good time. I've shot some footage. I've got some pictures of the Trog house for you. I've tested out a couple of knives over the whole week. So when I get back, we'll light a fire and we'll have a sit down and we'll talk through it. In the meantime, you all stay safe and take it easy, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Right, I don't know if this will come out because there's a bit of a breeze. This is the top of Aramonche. You see the German gun emplacements way down. We didn't really come to see those. We just came for somebody. I thought we'd have some supper, so I've warmed up some soup, some bread, and the old outrider in action. Not exactly in action, but has been in action. And it's 6th of March, and it's bloody cold. And there's the expeditionary vehicle there with my